We started out in this project about 10 years ago with an aim simply to renovate the buildings we had. But as opportunities arose and opportunities were presented to us, it suddenly began to grow. And the final brick in the wall, so to speak, was provided by the EU Peace 3 funding programme. That really locked everything together.
The project is it's a community scheme, and it's a regeneration scheme for this area of Belfast. It involves a whole myriad of facilities. There's a church and community facilities. There's Age Concern, Belfast Metropolitan College. There's some hostel and some housing going into it. There's also a little bit of commercial at the front of the site to make the thing sustainable.
We also wanted, from the beginning, to create space in inner East Belfast that was untagged by the Troubles, unmarked by the Troubles. So to create the first new street in the area, if you like, that has never flown a flag for either communities, never had a curbstone painted, has never had a parade or a protest or an atrocity, so that it could genuinely be the first shared space in East Belfast. Not neutral space, it's like a shopping centre, but genuinely shared space where the communities could come together, not just the traditional communities of Northern Ireland, but the new communities as well. And I think with the design, we're confident that we'll be able to do that.
Between the kind of Short Strand and Connswater area, and it's I suppose it hasn't had an awful lot of attention over the years, so it's good to get something of this scale and magnitude, and it is a big building, and it is a big scale building, so it sits 4 stories tall, which will be one of the biggest on Newtownards Road, so it becomes a focus in this area. The building, it's got a very wide brief, I suppose. The brief has been developed through primarily talking to the community and bringing the community on board at every stage. So there's been a lot of debates, presentations, and the scheme has changed considerably over the years to take on board comments made by community.
It's going to bring more jobs, and local people in the areas can maybe get jobs in it now. And I think they'll just feel a bit happier of coming into the building where they know it's just not for the Protestant people on the Newtownards Road, it's for the whole community, and equally the Short Strand is part of our community. The community garden, it's going to be out the front, it's going to be brilliant, where people can come just and sit and have a wee chat and then get to know different people, and equally in the church and outside of the church.
I would hope that it would bring a lot of additional resources. So from a very functional level, it's got family centres, seminar rooms, it's providing accommodation for Age Concern, it's providing accommodation for Belfast Metropolitan College, which would be lifetime learning skills. So there's a lot of functional things that it will do that will make a dramatic impact on the lives of the local people and give them a lot of additional facilities. There's also, I hope, that the architecture and the design of the building and the brightness and the colourfulness of the building will help to enrich lives in other ways, that maybe even people that don't use the building, the impact on the road and the impact of what the building is saying to the local community would be quite substantial in itself. So there's 2 aspects to that, I suppose. There's the direct kind of benefit and an indirect benefit. By putting a building of this quality and this size, it will have a knock-on effect, quite a considerable knock-on effect to the other areas around it. So not alone does it provide facilities, and it provide facilities at the level it will do, I think it will have a substantial knock-on effect to the properties around and help to regenerate, be a catalyst for regeneration really for the whole area.